Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Denny Kelts again with the Denny Kelts YouTube channel. So I wanted to share something with you guys today because I was listening to a lot of Earl Nightingale, and he talks about attitude and how important it is to have the right attitude. And it just made me think of a few different things that I wanted to share with you guys, because having the right attitude will have a significant impact on where you're going and where you're heading in life and what you're able to accomplish. And the reason for that is, the first thing I want to mention is being optimistic. So having a certain level of optimism, and why it's so important to have that level of optimism. And if you think back to any scenarios you've been, any situations you've been in your life where you've gotten a little pessimistic and you were worrying about things, and you know, oh man, this might not work out. You know, a lot of times you attract that, and then it doesn't work out because you don't show up with as much enthusiasm, and your attitude isn't right. So you got to get your attitude in check and be optimistic that regardless of the circumstances, regardless of what's going on, you got to be optimistic and just hope for the best, because it's a net positive for your life to just be optimistic and just hope for the best, and that things are going to pan out in your favor, right? Even if they don't, the fact that you were more optimistic than being pessimistic, it's just a net positive, and the chances of things going better for you are higher just by having that degree of optimism. So that's extremely important, because your attitude at the end of the day will determine your altitude in life. Because if you look at any negative people that you've seen that in your life that are, you know, vibrating at a low frequency, and they haven't been able to accomplish much. And what I mean by that is they're struggling with their fitness, so they're overweight. They're struggling to pay their bills. They can't go buy things that they want to buy. They're struggling in their finances. They're struggling in their job. They don't even like going to their job. They don't have good relationships with other human beings, so they're not even happy and content with even if they have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, they're not actually happy with who they're with. So they're not making these conscious choices and conscious decisions to be better and have the right attitude. So that's why it's important to have the right attitude, so you can actually, you know, attract good things in your life, and a life that you're actually happy and content with, right? So the second part that I want to mention that's important about having the right attitude is having an attitude of gratitude. Because at the end of the day, the more things you're grateful for in your life, because like, look, if you're somebody who lives in Western society like myself, like I live in Canada, and you know, we got it pretty good here. Yeah, I get it. Our liberal government is on the borderline of trying to be a dictatorship and control everything, and you know, put all these crazy ideas into, you know, the kids in society, and you know, control everything. But at the end of the day, you still have a lot of control. You still have a lot of freedom. So you got to be grateful for the fact that, you know, we do live in Canada. We do got running water. We do got free dental care, and not free dental care, free medical care, right? Which is, you know, go to the States. You gotta, if you can't afford insurance, like, you're SOL, you're shit out of luck. You're gonna be struggling. You're gonna be in a bad situation. So just being grateful is just the right attitude. You're just grateful for the things you have in your life, the beautiful things, the beautiful people, and then you can attract more positive things by just having that attitude of gratitude. So that's another important thing that you need to focus on, and it's just having the right attitude when you're doing your day-to-day. It's important. Next part is having a proactive approach to life. So you're always assuming that things are going to work out, and it goes hand in hand with what I was saying about, you know, being optimistic, because if you're optimistic, you're going to have a proactive approach, and you're not going to have a reactive approach. So you're already going to be ahead of the curve, and do the things that you need to do to make sure that things line up the way that you want them to line up, right? And that comes from having a proactive approach instead of having a reactive approach. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh man, I wish I should have got that life insurance policy. Oh man, I wish I, like that's reactive. You don't want to be reactive. You want to be proactive, in your approach to life, and things will work out much better. So part of having a good attitude will 110% improve your self-confidence. So that is a very important aspect of having the right attitude, is building your self-confidence. Because if you have the right attitude, which is a confident attitude, then you can easily improve your self-confidence because you have the confidence and you're optimistic that you're going to be able to do what you say you're going to do, right? So if you're trying to get something done, you're like, you know what? I'm going to start doing YouTube and I'm going to start getting some subscribers. You got to just have confidence that you're going to be able to do it, and you just got to start doing it. But that comes from having the right attitude and having that confident attitude that whatever it is you're doing, you're going at it with a proactive approach of having an attitude of gratitude, and that self-confidence will get you to whatever goals, whatever aspirations you're after, right? So ask yourself why you're not where you are in life right now, why you don't have a life that you're happy and content with right now. And I can almost guarantee the reason why that is because you just have a poor attitude. You don't have the right attitude. You don't have a positive attitude all the time. You're not proactive. You're not grateful for your life. You don't have self-confidence. You don't roll around with that kind of an attitude. You got to develop those things, because having the right attitude is going to determine whether or not you accomplish whatever it is that you're after in this life. Because at the end of the day, you got to remember, you guys only have one life. We're only going to be here once, right? I know, you might be like, oh no, what about reincarnation? Yeah, okay, I get it. But right now, you're on planet Earth and you're a human being. So take advantage of that by just having the right attitude every single day when you wake up, and be grateful for your life. Develop that right attitude, get that big dog mentality, and hopefully you guys got a little bit of value from this video. Hit subscribe, follow for more.